Hello and welcome to Shae's Sanctuary, a peaceful space designed for personal evolution. By participating in this practice today, you acknowledge that you've reviewed the class disclaimer at shaesterrett.com/disclaimer, and you are participating in this class at your own risk. Today I'll be guiding you through a therapeutic yoga practice designed around the theme of choice. This practice will also include a guided meditation. Choice is a powerful theme that we explore in the Phoenix Rising School of Yoga Therapy. It is a freedom and a tool. Every day we have about 60,000 thoughts, and of those thoughts we make about 35,000 choices from the moment we wake up. The choices we make in life determine the actions we take, and the actions we take determine our results and our reality. Take a minute right now and think about the choices that you have made. Maybe just the choice to listen to this class. Because we have so many thoughts, how are we sourcing information to make the next right choice in our life? With all the information coming in, the brain is designed to quickly file through data that we have compiled in the past to help us make choices. This data looks like past experiences, beliefs, emotions, memories, desires, social expectations, even the influence of parents or family, and also how quickly we need to make a choice or how quickly we want to achieve something. But choices made from this perspective alone may feel safe and predictable. That's what the brain likes. But sometimes when we make choices from that perspective, we end up falling into default mode or we go into autopilot. So much so that we don't even know we're doing it. Sometimes because of these influences, we might feel frozen because we have to make a choice. So we can't even make a choice. And so is not making a choice still a choice? An inquiry for you. And then there's ways to make a choice by connecting with right thought, deeper inner wisdom, a deeper knowing, so we can take the next right action in our life. And sometimes these choices are outside of our edge, outside of our comfort zone, outside of that place that feels safe and predictable. But maybe when we make that choice, we're able to grow and expand. And what would that be like? So think about these two concepts for a moment: conscious choice versus autopilot. I also like to offer the distinction that there are no good or bad choices. There are really just consequences and results. And I like to remind you that the results that you create in your life are determined by the sensations you feel in your body. Because the sensations we feel in our body inform our emotions. That informs our memory, our thought. That informs our choice. And it is our choices that inform our actions and create our results. So through a yoga practice, we can befriend our body, become aware of the moment-to-moment sensations. We can practice acceptance for what is arising, and we can begin to use that information to inform our choices. We can build a bridge from our body to our sensations to our mind. And we build a powerful framework to make choices in our life. In this practice, I invite you to notice how you choose and what you choose. Do you always start on one side or the other? How do you respond when there are no choices, when there are too many choices? The yoga mat is a safe space to explore choice, get familiar with yourself, grow your awareness. And notice how you practice acceptance for yourself. That's a choice too. When we start to embody choice on our mat, we can start to take this practice of choice with us off the mat. We will start our practice with some body movement. And so we'll go ahead and stand up. And just stay with your body as you stand up. And just feel your 2 feet on the ground. And I'm going to move with you. So feeling those 2 feet on the ground, shoulders stacked over hips, and just arrive here. Make the choice to be here. And if you're anywhere else, just notice that too and come back. And so we'll start with an inhale, reach the arms out in front of the shoulders, and then exhale, drop them down. And then inhale up and exhale, drop down. Inhale up, exhale down. And we're going to start to bring the heels into this. So reach the arms out, lift the heels up, and exhale, drop them down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. One more time. Inhale up, reach the arms all the way up. Maybe come onto the tiptoes, lifting the heels. Deep breath here. And exhale, drop it down. Come back to standing. And step your left foot forward, your right foot back, and press the soles of the feet into the floor. And then reach your right arm out in front of you and just start to move your right arm around in some big circles. And notice the direction that you started. And then start to let this movement get a little bit faster. Breathing in and out. And then reach that right arm up towards the ceiling and then switch directions. And see if you can move even faster. Notice your body. And then bring that to stillness and just notice that right arm. And then switch legs, bringing the left foot back, right foot forward. And start to move that left arm around. And again, notice the choice that you made about how you want to move this left arm. And start out slow. And just be with that left arm as it travels around in a circle. Breathing in and breathing out. And then reach that left arm up. And then start to switch directions. And then again, let this build up, moving that left arm around a little bit faster. Inhaling and exhaling. And then bring that to stillness. And just notice the left arm. What's happening now? How are you choosing to be with left side of body? And then step your feet together. And we're going to start to, I'm just turning to the side so you can see if you need to. Start to bring the heels in towards the sit bones. Just feeling the bend in the knee. And start out slow. Notice the choices you make as you lift up one leg and then the other. Just be aware of lower body. And then see if we can speed this up a little bit. Breathe in and breathe out. And maybe you go even faster. Maybe it becomes a jog. One more time. And then come to stillness. Just notice now. Body here now. Just noticing if you can choose stillness. Choose that tuning into the body. Breathe in and breathe out. And then step your feet out wide, wider than your hips. And imagine you just have empty coat sleeves and twist from side to side. Breathe in and breathe out. Just letting the arms flop side to side. And then we're going to start to engage the arms a little bit more. So with an inhale to the side, and then as you exhale, reach that other arm to the other side. So if we go inhale right, exhale left, inhale, exhale. So we're moving the arms side to side. And our breath is going to get faster. Our movement's going to get faster. Inhaling, exhaling, even faster. Two more. And then bring it back to center. Close the eyes. Maybe place the hands on the body. Notice the body that's with you now. Just be with your body. And choose how you want to be with your body. If there's any resistance that shows up, just notice that. And notice the body that's with you in your practice today. If your body might have an intention, or if your body might need some special attention, be sure to honor that throughout your practice. And then from this wide stance, I'm going to invite you to maybe step your legs out even a little bit wider. So you find this big V shape with the legs. And you're going to turn your right toes forward and reach your arms out to the side. And then we're going to start to explore the edge. And so the edge is, we're going to play with our edge as you start to bend into the front knee and then straighten that front knee out. So bend into the knee and straighten the knee. And explore the edge here. Where does the sensation begin to change in the body as you bend that front knee? And if you imagine like the volume on the radio as you bend the knee more, maybe there's more sensation, the edge is louder. Maybe as you straighten the knee, the edge is a little softer. And then choose that spot where you can pause. Notice all the choices happening in your body. From the top of your head down to the soles of your feet, how are you choosing to be in this shape? Breathe in and breathe out. And then start to let this go. And just notice yourself releasing the shape. How do you release the shape? What choices do you make? And come back into a neutral position and then start to move this over to the other side. So the right toes will turn forward, the left toes will turn out. And maybe you reach the arms out to the side. Maybe you bring the hands to the chest. Maybe the arms are down by your side. So many choices, but which one feels right for you, and how do you know? And again, begin to explore that edge on the other side. Bending and straightening the knee. And then find that place where you can pause and establish your edge, that sensation that isn't too much or too little, but just right for you this morning. and embrace that edge. Just be with yourself right here, right now. If there's any resistance to that, just notice that. It's always a choice to just notice but not respond. Breath in and breath out. What's happening now? And then start to let that shape go. And again, be with your body as you travel back to that neutral position. And we're going to keep that wide stance and turn your toes out. And bring your arms down by your side if they're not already there. And with an inhale, you're going to reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And with an exhale, you're going to start to bend your elbows and bend your knees any amount. And we're going to move through this a couple times. So as you inhale, you'll straighten and reach your arms up. And with an exhale, you're bringing your elbows down and bend your knees. And so play with that volume, that edge. What's too soft? What's too loud? Maybe you find that soft edge and you take a breath there. Just notice what it feels like. And then maybe you go to that hard edge, that place that would be hard to sustain. Just notice what that feels like. Notice what it's like to be in too much. And then where's that place in between? And can you choose that? And how do you know that's the right place for you? Tune into that knowing, that wisdom that comes from within you. And then pause there for a few breaths. Choosing this shape, choosing how you want to be with this shape. Notice if there's any desire to change or fix anything. Notice if you can choose to just witness those arising without responding. And if you respond, that's okay too. One more breath here. And then start to release out of this shape and stay embodied as you move, coming back to a neutral position. Just notice now. What's happening now? And then you'll step your feet together. And with an inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And with an exhale, bring your hands behind the back. And so you'll either clasp your palms together, or maybe you want to grab onto opposite elbows. So you're going to press your feet into the floor, press your hips forward, and then start to draw your hands down your sit bones, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and begin to explore a back bend. And take your time here. So maybe you start to explore that back bend and just notice where the sensation changes. Where is that first subtle change in sensation, that start of the edge for you? Notice where your awareness is in your body. And then maybe you begin to take this a little deeper, letting go of any destination. Just be with the journey, exploring your edge. Maybe you find that place that feels like too much. And you can just come back and find that place in between. How do you choose? What's informing your choice? Just notice and embrace what's here with the choice that you've made. Just notice what's arising. Just make room for it all. Inhale and exhale. Body, breath here now. And then in your own time, in your own way, moving slowly and mindfully, start to release out of this and notice the choices you make along the way. Notice what kind of shape your body might desire as you come out of that pose. Tune into that wisdom. Notice choosing what feels right for your body. And then over the next 2 or 3 breaths in your own way, start to bring yourself down onto the floor. And you're going to be lying on your back. And so stay embodied as you move onto your back. Notice what might be arising as I invite you to come into this shape. Is there, what emotions are arising as you're invited to lie down on the floor? Just allow it all to be here. Just allow what is here to be known. Inhaling and exhaling. And from here, you're going to start to bend your knees and bring your heels back a little closer to your sit bones. And you may turn your toes in slightly. And as I invite you into this next shape, please remember if there's any discomfort in your knees, I'd invite you to come back down to the floor. But you'll bring your arms down by your side and press your palms into the floor. And then begin to lift your hips up off the floor, any amount. And just play with the change in sensation as you lift the hips up, as you lower the hips down. And find that variation of this movement where you can pause for 2 or 3 breaths. And notice your choice and what informs your choice as you pause here. Choose how you want to be with yourself in this shape. Breathe in and breathe out. And then allow yourself to come out of this shape, bringing yourself back down to the floor, and notice that journey. And I'm going to invite you to move into this shape again. But as you do, I want you to grab that bolster or those blocks or those props so that next time you lift your hips up, you can slide that prop underneath your sit bones and your lower back and allow that prop to support you in this shape so you can sustain it. And so take the next 2 or 3 breaths to do that. Notice the choice of prop, the choice of placement of the prop in connection with your body. How do you create that support for yourself? And as you find this shape a second time, really drop into it. Drop into your body. If the mind wanders, just notice the mind wandering and come back. And notice how you're choosing to be with the shape. Notice how you're choosing to be with your body. Notice where the edge is. Is the edge in your body? Is it in the mind? Is it in the stillness? Just breathe, feel, and notice. Allow it to all be here. Breathing in and breathing out. And then over the next 2 or 3 breaths, begin to let this shape go, removing the bolster block, coming back down onto your back, and traveling with that journey, that series of choices that bring you back in contact with the floor. And just notice now and what's happening now. If they're not already there, bring your arms down by your side and begin to hug your knees into your chest. And notice what it's like to just give yourself an embrace here. Notice how you're choosing to be with yourself, with your body, with the embrace. And then I invite you to move your body into a twist and notice which side you want to start on. No direction from me. You start to drop your legs down to one side. Notice your choice. Be with your body here. Be with your choice here. Breathing in and breathing out. And then begin to let this go. Come back to neutral. Maybe you hug your knees back into your chest. And then start to tune into the body. And notice how you want to move into the twist on the other side. Is there another variation of the legs or arms? Move into this twist as if it's the first time you've ever experienced it. Let it be yours. Be the receiver of the shape, not just the doer. Notice all the choices you make along the way. Know that after you make a choice, there's always the option to make another choice if you need to adjust anything. But then find that place where you can really drop in, that place where the choice feels right. Be here now. You experiencing you, the experience of you choosing what's right for you. And maybe your ability to choose what's right if you chose something that wasn't right the first time. Breathe, feel, and notice. And see if you can drop in even more. If the mind wanders, just take a breath. Let your breath be a choice back into stillness. the next couple of breaths, start to let this go. And notice that choice of releasing the posture, moving out of the posture, coming back to neutral. And maybe you pull your knees into your chest one more time, choosing that embrace of self, of body, of mind, of all that you are, your being in this moment. Choose you. And if there's resistance to that, notice that too. Everything an opportunity for awareness. And as you pause here and begin to picture in your mind's eye what kind of shape would support you for a meditation. As we move into this meditation, know that it may be a bit longer today. And so maybe you want to stay lying down on the floor. Maybe you want to find a seated meditation shape on the floor or in a chair. But take the next couple of breaths to make that choice and move your body in that direction. And even as you're making choices, stay embodied. Stay with your body. And as we arrive here in this meditation, if they're not already there, close your eyes or soften your gaze. Bring all of your awareness within. Make the choice to be here in your meditation. Know that during the silence, the mind may begin to wander, try to pull you into a story. But the body is an anchor into now, and the breath is a connection to the body. Every breath brings you back into connection with the body. Every breath is a meditation itself. Notice awareness of body in contact with the surface beneath you and around you. That anchor of sensation in the body. If the mind wanders, maybe you come back to just one sensation. Maybe it's the way the hands are resting on the floor, the way the back is in contact with the surface beneath you. What's one sensation that you can connect to if the mind wanders? Breathe into that awareness, that anchor. Breath in and breath out. If the mind wanders, Maybe you bring awareness to breath, receiving the breath through the nose, following the breath as it moves through your body. Just being with your experience one breath at a time. Nothing else to do, nowhere else to go. Just breathe into now. You might notice how you're choosing to be with this meditation. Notice what you're choosing to connect with as your anchor when the mind wanders. Notice that freedom and power to be able to just choose again to come back to breath and body, to this experience. Every breath a choice. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. If the mind wanders, just take a breath and come back. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Just letting every breath invite you back to now. Notice choice to just keep coming back. The mind wanders. Inhale and exhale. Just be here now. Breath in and breath out. As you inhale, just notice your body here in this moment. Notice how you're choosing to be with your body, with your experience, with your breath, with your mind. 3 or 4 breaths that feel really deep and rich to you. Maybe it feels like you're breathing into your fingers and toes and even each of the hairs on your head. Just sending breath throughout your whole body with each inhale. And as you breathe in deeply, go into that deep part of you, that wise self. As you step out of the present moment and go back through your class, your experience. What insight or wisdom may be emerging for you around the theme of choice? Just notice as it arises. It could be a word or an image, a sound, a color. And if it doesn't arise in this moment, that's okay too. Your experience is exactly right for you. Just notice how you're choosing to be with the experience, with that inquiry. And wherever you are, begin to ask yourself this question: how can wisdom and insight around this theme inform your life? Your life right now, and maybe your life in terms of the next right actions or choices you'll be making. Is there something forward leading? Just let that insight or wisdom, whatever your experience may be with it this morning, just letting it be here, letting it arrive, or just noticing if it's continuing to percolate. Sometimes the inquiry is enough for right now. Just be with your experience, however it is, with this inquiry. Just choosing to ask the question, even if the information doesn't come right away. For the next breath or two, bring one or both hands back in contact with the body. And just notice where the hands land. Where are you drawn to connect with yourself? And with this connection to self, just honor the wisdom within you, within the body. Maybe sending out gratitude to your body for the ways that it supported you in your practice today, and the ways it supports you in your life. As we close our practice today, maybe you'd like to take 3 deep breaths, just breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, sending breath throughout the body. May the universe guide you. May Mother Earth support you. May you honor and cherish the divine light within you and within all beings. Thank you so much for being here today and for allowing me to guide this practice for you. If you have any questions, would like to contact me, or learn about my services, please visit www.shae.us. Thank you, and be well wherever you are in the world.